everyone, this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So today I'm going to be doing a hashtag. So it's hashtag 54321 tarot and was started by the lovely Kelly Bear. And I was tagged into it by Simon over at the Hermit's Cave. So let's just get straight into it. So the first item, the number 5, is 5 tarot decks. Now Kelly said this could be like, I don't know, 5 decks that you use the most, maybe 5 decks you don't use, etc., whatever you wanted. So I thought I would show 5 decks, tarot decks, that I haven't shown on my channel before. So let's go. So the first one is the Lunar Larpin Tarot. Now this is the genuine deck, because I know there's been lots of copies of this that have been done, which is a real shame. But this is genuine because I've got the certificate and it's gilded on the edges. But yeah, this is a lovely deck, this one. But I'll only show you a few because you've probably seen, even though I've not shown it on my channel before, I'm sure you've probably seen it on other people's. So that's why sometimes I don't do walkthroughs, because if I know there's already several, I might not always do it. But if anyone does, though, while you're watching this, want a walkthrough of any of these 5 decks that I'm going to show, then I will do that for you, no problem. So yeah, so this is dead cute, isn't it? Bunnies. I mean, how could you not? Oh, look. I mean, I had to with this, and I was lucky to be able to get a copy, a genuine copy. So that first deck is the Lunar Larpin Tarot. Second deck that I've never shown on this channel. This was a Deanne made me do it. Deanna over at Blue Crescent Tarot showed this a long time ago. So I've had this deck ages. Is the Prism Tarot, and it comes with an astral chart and a booklet, and it's number 600 of 661. So that's the box, and this is the deck. So I've had this quite some time, not really used it that much because it's a little bit, I suppose, a little bit pippish maybe. But it is nice, I do like it, but there is the astrological things with this deck, like the astrological symbols and things, and I'm not very good with astrology, and it comes with like the astrology chart that I just showed you that's in the box here. Let's see, I don't think I've even ever opened this up, but yeah, so you can see a little bit there, and on the back is like the Kabbalah and stuff. So I've never used that. So now I probably won't be able to get it folded again, will I? No. I'll sort that out later. Yeah, so it's a nice deck, and I love the colours used. I think that's what attracted me to it, was the colours in it. And it's minimalist, isn't it, too? So quite cool. So yeah, so that is the Prism Tarot that I have never shown. Look at the edges. The edges aren't actually, it's not edged, it's just the colours from the cards that come through, which I quite like. So yeah, that one is, as I said, the Prism Tarot. It's probably out of print now. I probably shouldn't be showing it because it was a limited edition deck. So that's that one. Let me just sort things out here, guys. Getting in a mess. So the next one I've got is, it's a first edition of the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, and I've never shown this one either, and it says on there, I think, first edition, because I think there's a second edition out now of this deck. So got the cards here. I think it comes with like you get like a little guidebook in it. I love the purple colour, look at that, so cool, with the snake on the front. And this is the deck. Look at those edges, guys, so cool. And this is kind of a, I love the backs on this too, a bit kind of collagey type deck, but I love the colours in this and the different depictions. There's just something, because normally I'm not attracted always to collage type decks, very occasionally and only certain ones. Like at the moment I like the look of the Mass Market Rosebud Tarot, which is a collage deck, but mostly I don't like it, but I love this one. I'm wondering what the difference is with the second edition, what that's like, but look at that, how cool is that for a death card, and that would make a wicked tattoo. So yeah, this, I love that one too, the devil. So this is the Cosmic Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, sorry, and it says on the side, an ancient tool for a modern world. So yeah, so again, if you do want to see like a full walkthrough of this, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know in the comments below. So how many is that now? That's 3, isn't it? So number 4 is going to be the Grimalkins Curious Cat Tarot by MJ Cullinane. Now I like MJ Cullinane's decks, and I have most, if not all of them, I think. This is the indie version of this. I know this is out mass market, but this is the indie version. So because it's the indie version, the cards are quite slippery, so they do tend to like go everywhere. You have to be really careful shuffling it. So, but it's nice feeling cardstock. It's not quite matte, it's got a sheen to it, but it's got a lovely, that lovely buttery feel to it. Those are the backs. So the 4th deck that I've never shown on this channel, and actually I've got a new MJ Cullinane deck that's come in that I've had for a few weeks now that I haven't shown either, and I will be showing that. But I love this. Just look at these guys. Sphinx cat. I know lots of people don't like the hairless cats. I do. It's such a cool deck, because obviously I love cats, but I don't like all cat decks. But I do really like this one. I don't think I own any other cat decks. I think the only other one that I've liked the look of has been the Soul Cats Tarot, which is mass market. But other than that, I don't, but I do really like this as Siamese, like my cats. So yeah, so that is the Grimalkins Curious Cats Tarot. And this, like I said, is the indie version. It does come with a book. But like I said, it is out mass market now as well. So, and the final one is another MJ Cullinan deck, and again is the indie version, but this one is coming out mass market. If it's not out already, I'm not sure. So this is the Forhaxa Tarot. Love this, and the box has got that rose petal feel to it, and like I say, this is the indie version of this deck, and you've got like the guidebook inside, so really nice box. And then we have the cards, which again are quite slippery. They do tend to be like that with the indie versions. Lovely backs, and I love this for its fairy fae feel and everything to it. You know, it's like a fae world and different fae. I mean, look at her pointy ears. So yeah, it's obviously another one that I've never shown on my channel, but I do really love it. Oh, I love this one, look at it. I love the earth suit in this deck. So, and if you can hear that noise, that is my cats deciding to go nuts while I'm filming. So yeah, so that is my 5 decks. So for mine it was 5 decks that I hadn't shown on my channel before. So those are the 5. Next is 4 books, so 4 tarot books. So I thought I would show you, I think this was one of the very first tarot books that I bought. And I bought this because when I first started watching Tarot Tube, I used to watch Racine over at Owl Moon 153, is it? Something like that. And she always used to recommend this, Tarot 101 by Kim Huggins. And it is a really good book. Look how yellowed the pages are now. Because it's really old. It's got exercises in it that you can do. Now, I don't like writing in my books. So when I used this book, I did the exercises. If I had to do any writing, I wrote it on a pad. Because I don't like doing that, but it is a really good book. I see again, I don't know if this is still available because mine is quite old, but yeah, you've got like introduction, what is tarot, what can it do, etc. You've got the language of tarot, the major arcana introduction and progress cards, major arcana feminine archetypes, reading tarot beginnings, major arcana masculine archetypes, major arcana virtues and vices. I mean, you've got loads, as you can see here. Look, creating your own spreads, the major arcana, the dark side. So it is a really good book. I do like it. And you've got, look here, like questions for journaling. Where and what are my resources? How do I access them? And some of these questions are really good because they make you really think, you know, oh yeah, you know, how focused am I? And you might think, oh, not even think about that, and then how focused, yeah, actually, how focused am I? So it really kind of makes you think, do I have an action plan? And, you know, so, yeah, I still would recommend this book. I really like it. So it's Tarot 101 by Kim Huggins. So that's my first book. Second book is another oldie that I've had quite some time, and this is the second edition of this book, and this is Tarot for Yourself by Mary K. Greer. And again, it's a workbook for personal transformation, and it's really good. And again, you can write in it if you want to. Again, you've got questions. So it's really good because I think some of these workbook type ones with exercises really help you to get a grip with the tarot, especially, you know, if you're new. Even tells you here about purifying your tarot cards. See, you've got all of this, but what I will do is either write this out or photocopy it or something, because it's just me. I don't like writing in my books. So yeah, it's good, and it's Mary K. Greer. Here, acknowledgement, content, so getting acquainted with the cards, the tarot journal, reading the cards, Celtic cross spread, dealing with moods, emotions and relationships, prosperity and plan, healing, I love this, crystals and tarot, design and creativity with the tarot. And we've got subject directory, it's different like spreads and different readings, a chakra reading, tree of life, mandalas, active imagination and visualizations. That's a good chapter. So yeah, and the print is quite a good size in this book too. So yeah, this is the Tarot for Yourself by Mary K. Greer. Third one I have, which I really like, is Rachel Pollock's, the late Rachel Pollock, Tarot Wisdom, Spiritual Teachings and Deeper Meanings. Obviously I do have 78 Degrees of Wisdom, which it mentions at the top of this book, but I thought, well, most people know that or have read it. So this one, I've still got a bookmark in it as well. Book depository, and they're gone now. So this is a really good one. This one I got for Christmas one year from my friend Simon, and I really like it. And of course, you know, being Rachel Pollock, you know, she was great. So you've got all of the majors listed. Minors, court cards, but there's loads of information, look, in this book. It's always worth a read, especially, you know, I mean, I know sometimes, you know, these size books put people off, but you can read it in bits, or you could even like just sort of pick bits and pieces if you wanted to read it that way. But yeah, that's a good one. Tarot Wisdom by the late Rachel Pollock. That's the back. You can see that. You can always pause it and have a look. So there's that one. It's a bit of a tome. And the fourth book that I chose is not actually a tarot book for teaching you tarot, but I thought, well, it is a tarot book and I really loved it, and that is The Magician and Fool book by Susan Wands. Now she's got the second one coming out next year, I've noticed, which I think is called High Priestess and Empress or something like that, but this is great. And I mean, of course it's fictional, but it's still talks about Pamela Coleman Smith beginning her career as an artist at the end of the Victorian age at the Lyceum Theatre, where she grows from innocent empath to seer and channeler, creating her now world famous deck of tarot cards, and then introduced to the Golden Dawn by Bram Stoker. And it's so good. I've read this several times and I can't wait for the second one to come out. So if you want like a fictional book that is based on tarot and based on fact as well, and she's mentioning Pamela Coleman Smith, who we know existed, obviously, and like Bram Stoker, so she mentions all the people in it, but I think so it's a bit like if you've ever read, say, Philippa Gregory, you know, she does historical fiction, so everything's based on fact, but she makes the story herself, but using the facts and like real people. So that's what this book is like. And yeah, it's brilliant. So you can get this, and next year I think the second book comes out, which I can't wait for. So yeah, so that was my 4 books. Now this one, three spreads. Now I'm not a big spread person, but so what I tend to use most is like a 3-card spread. And I don't always go, oh, past, present, future, etc. I just literally pull 3 cards after shuffling, obviously, and then just, you know, see what, oh, that was well shuffled, wasn't it? Yeah, and so the 3-card spread is a big one that I use a lot, nearly all the time, actually, the 3-card spread. Another spread I like, and I've printed it out, is the Pentagram Spread. So we're using the points of the pentagram. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the way you would draw a pentagram. So that's good. That's a 5-card spread. And you know what I've done as well, and it doesn't tell you to do this, but that's just me playing. I've made it into a 10-card spread before by putting 2 cards in the 1 position, 2 in the 2, 2 in the 3, 2 in the 4. So 2 instead of 1 on each position, and then you can make it into a 10-card spread if you wanted to. Or maybe you could use an oracle deck and put oracle cards on the top, or something like Kelly Fitzgerald's journey cards would be quite cool to put on top of your tarot cards with that spread. So that is the Pentagram Spread that I do really like, and I do use that one quite a bit. The other one I've used a couple of times because it's a huge spread, and it's in this book, Your Path Through the Enchanted Forest, which is the Tarot of the Enchanted Forest, which is like my soul deck. And I really love this one, the Council of Animals, and it's 12 cards, so it's a large spread. But like, you've got 1, Toad, what are you really? Fox, what brings you delight? The deer asks, what do you love? The tawny owl, what do you know? Merlin hawk, what is your prey? Bat, what fuels your flight? Squirrel, what do you covet? Raven, what is your secret? Hare, what is your madness? Hedgehog, what is your song? Bear, what is your strength of character? And Badger, what is your philosophy? So it's not a spread you would do all the time, but I have done it a couple of times, and it's quite cool. And like the way the cards come out, especially obviously if you use this deck with that spread, but you could use any deck if you wanted to. But yeah, so that is the Council of Animals spread, which is in the book for the Enchanted Forest Tarot. So that is my 3 spreads. Number 2 is 2 tarot habits or paraphernalia that you use. So I will use incense usually. I use incense a lot anyway, but I'll always put some incense on if I'm doing a tarot reading. It just kind of like helps me get in the zone, if you like. And another thing I do, which I know is weird, is I tend to every now and again put my decks back into order. So starting with the Fool, going right the way through completely in order. And for me, it's like resetting the deck. So I quite like to do that. That's why very often you'll see me open a deck and it's in order, and people will probably think, she never uses it. And it's not that. I have used it most probably in most cases, but I do like to kind of reset them by putting them back into order. So that's a weird kind of thing. And one is one piece of tarot advice or a card you wish to embody and why. Okay, so card I wish to embody, I suppose at least just a little bit, is the Queen of Swords, because you know the kind of sword cutting through the BS and being a bit stronger with people, and you know, that type of thing, having Queen of Swords energy a bit more to tell people as it is kind of thing, which is not really me. I'm not like that. Or you know, this thing of not giving any F's, and I just can't be like that. But that's why I think I need some of the Queen of Swords sometimes, to have more of that cutting through it and more forceful in certain ways, because I think I'm more Queen of Cups, if anything. Probably way too emotional about things and stuff like that, and because I'm like really empathic, that probably doesn't help. But yeah, I guess if I had to pick a card that I wish to embody at least a bit of, would be the Queen of Swords. And I'm going to cheat a little bit because it does say one thing, but if I was going to give a piece of advice with tarot, it would be not to believe people when they say they know everything about tarot, because I don't think anyone ever knows anything. Not anything. That anyone never knows everything there is to know, because it's like with tarot, it's like you're always learning. So I think if someone was to say they know everything, they're a total expert, as in they know everything there is to know, I wouldn't believe that, because I just think you're just always learning with tarot. So yeah, so that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me rambling on. Thank you, Kelly, for this really cool tag. Thank you, Simon, for tagging me into this tag, which you know, I would have done the tag anyway, I think, even if I hadn't have been tagged into it. I think I would have still done the tag anyway, as it's R. Kelly. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a good weekend. And again, if any of you want to see any of these decks in full, a full walkthrough, just let me know in the comments below, and I'm happy to do that for you. So yeah, so until next time, bye for now.